Welcome back to Breakfast Television on City TV. Thank you for choosing us this morning. Lots of people love to ride their bikes, so we're talking about simple bike repairs that we can all do at home. Tyler Burke from B&P Cycle and Sports is here this morning talking about simple things. And Tyler, you said the first thing to do is do it like a safety check, right, to make sure things are still working as they should be. Exactly, and it doesn't matter whether you're riding every day or whether it's sat in the garage for the winter. It's usually a good idea to go over the main points in your bike just to make sure that everything's set. And which main points should we be looking at here? So the big ones will be the bearing points, especially if it's a new bike. That's one of the things that will set in. The headset here, if you notice any play or vibrations, either hub, kind of the same thing. If you grab the wheel, you shouldn't really be able to. Shouldn't be wiggling, right? Okay, yeah. Same with the bottom bracket, which is this piece right here. Again, the crank should be nice and sturdy. The pedals, you don't want them okay. If everything's looking good there, or I guess if everything isn't looking good, if it's the headset, you're a couple basically bolt adjustments up top away from tightening it up. Yeah. If it's anything else, it might be time to bring it in and just let a bike shop take a look at it. Yeah, and they have all the tools too, which is great. One thing you said you wanted to focus on was the chain, and this is something that we can do just in our garage, right? Exactly. At home, so if it's looking like this, like the chain's obviously nice and shiny right now, that means you're good. This one's nice a new one, yeah, this one's good. If it's looking covered in gunk, it's black, it's grimy, maybe it's whistling when you're pedaling, it's usually a good idea to get that stuff off. Common misconception, WD-40 is actually a degreaser, not a lubricant. Oh, really? You want to use that to clean the crap off. So the WD-40 cleans it? Yes, and then you apply a bike lubricant. I've got a popular one here. Sure, I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up just so everyone can see. Yeah, so you use the WD-40 to get the grime off. And you just use a rag then? Just a rag, wipe it and just kind of elbow grease it off type thing? Exactly. A little bit of effort? Okay, and then put the lube on. Okay. Yep. That's our chain. And one other thing you wanted to address on the smaller bike here, but I mean, a brake is a brake, right? So, and what about brakes should we be looking for? Well, if you're on a disc brake and you're hearing it ting, ting, you want to make sure, first of all, and this is a good check to do anyways, make sure your axle's all the way up in the dropout. Yeah. And you want to make sure your skewer is tight, obviously. What's a skewer? That's this piece right here that actually holds your wheel. Oh, holds the back wheel in place. As you can imagine, a pretty important part. Yeah, no kidding, right? You don't want your wheel to fall off, yeah. On this guy, this is a more traditional style V-brake. Okay. Now, sometimes when you're loading it up in a car, you'll want to disengage it to take the wheel off. Oh, Stephen's shooting this here. Okay, so what did you do? Let's see if we can do this again. Just because for some people, this may be a little bit intimidating to do, right? Yeah. So basically, it's actually pretty simple once you get the hand of it. You take this little rubber boot off. Okay. These two pieces, if you just grab this little piece of metal macaroni here. Yeah. And just pull it apart. They come apart. They're designed to do that. Okay. Absolutely. That's how you take the wheel off. Okay. So if you need to take the front wheel or the back wheel off to fit it into a car, you're going to have to do this with this style of bike. Okay. Now, getting it back together is just as easy. You just got to make sure that this fits into there. Yeah. And just replace the booty. Slide the rubber over the top. Again, it can be intimidating. We have tons of customers as they're wheeling their new bike out and they realize it's not going to fit in the car. Yeah. What am I doing? So it's a quick little tip. Simple thing. Okay. Makes things easier when you're loading it up. And so would I be looking for this to adjust like the brake pad and that type of thing on this type of? Yeah. So Allen keys are the tool you need if you're going to work on bikes. There's a few different sizes. A good multi-tool is kind of a necessity. Sure. Absolutely. So you want to make sure that the brake pad is actually running parallel and basically in line with the rim. So in line with the rim part here. There's the pad and there's the rim. Okay. So if you're reconnecting the brake, that's something you definitely want to make sure. You've got even spacing between both of the pads and the rim itself, and you want to make sure that they're still lined up. For the most part, it will be okay if you haven't banged it around, but if it's in your car and you've got it loaded up, like I had to load my car up to the bikes here, sometimes it gets jostled around, so it's a quick little check just to make sure your brakes are there. That sounds good. And then that, of course, also if it's wobbling and kind of touching the brake too, right? Yes. Usually a good indicator, if you're more technical, mechanical savvy, you might want to buy a spoke wrench, and basically you're adjusting these points right here. Okay. You're going around and basically teasing the wheel back into being a straight line. And a lined wheel. That's also. If that's not your forte, of course, you can bring it to your local bike shop, and there you go. They'll have the tools and the know-how. Tyler Burke from B&P Cycle, thank you so much. A couple of simple things we can do at home to make sure that we're rolling as quickly and as easily, especially for those hill climbs in the city of Calgary, that's for sure.